What's up, everybody? DMH, Defending Our Missing Heroes, back with the second installment, being Snarl of the Dinobot piece. One thing I should get out of the way, first and foremost, is I colored him during the morning, and in the morning the sun comes through my window at my office and hits the computer screen, which reflects my beautiful or not so beautiful mug down the lower left-hand corner there. So I apologize for any distractions it might cause. I know I'm pretty True Romance reference. Forget it. So this one took a lot less time. I think because I just got the flow of how I was gonna do it. You know, the first one always takes a little bit longer because I'm working out the kinks. So I start with the grays. The reason why I start with the bigger colors is because the more of the bigger chunks you get out of the way, then when you go and fill in the smaller gaps, you have less erasing to do after you lay in the big colors. Like I'm gonna cut that little piece out there eventually, and I can just blot it with red and not have to worry about it. So I do all the harder work on the front end, and then I'm able to back it down as I go along. As I get lazier and more tired towards the end, then I have less work to do, so it works out. I had a hard time with these plates. They're still not right. Like the perspective is still a little off, but it was kicking my butt. I'm gonna try not to use the word perspective too much. It's hard with Transformers. It's a big part of it is keeping it in perspective. But like if you go back to like the Soundwave one that I did, like the first one, like you and your friends could probably play a drinking game with the amount of times that I say perspective. But DMH is not held liable for any alcohol poisoning as a result of said game. I went with a darker blue or bluish gray here than I did with Slag, and put a little bit more tint of a blue in it. Because he's going to be sitting a little further back than Slag, and as a kid, I just black doesn't jump out to me with Slag as my memory sees it. But with Snarl, I clearly remember that black helmet. So I was trying to emphasize that. I'm not sure if I went overboard or not with it, to be honest with you. But make a decision and go with it. That's the rules. Make a decision and go with it, and when in doubt, black it out. You can see my wife's diploma on my head. It's fine. I have a diploma too. It's much smaller. I think it's folded up in the shape of a paper airplane somewhere. But like I said, I apologize. One thing about it, tactical error. And it's too much of a pain to try to redo. Too time consuming. The other kind of criticism I have of this one with mine is like Snarl's hands being the same color as the forearms. I'm just not sure if they pop. I hope they don't get lost. Hands is something that I struggle with in all my stuff, but these Dinobots, I really feel like I nailed the hands for the most part. So I would be disappointed if I didn't get it right. To be honest with you. Either way, it'll do. It's not that bad. But, you're not trying to do anything that will do. You're trying to make something the best it can be. And jury's out the color of the hand. That didn't make pick my nose, man. My kid's birthday's tomorrow, so I wanted to get this done today. Snarl done today, so I'm obviously not going to work on it during her birthday. So It's funny. A good friend of mine told me once, like, you be careful with the videos because it'll take time away from what you're actually trying to do. And it's very true. Like, this video bit has been a very time-consuming thing. I'm not sure if it's paying off. I've committed to doing Dinobots, and we'll see what I do from there. See, like right there, when I fill in the reds later, it'll just be, blah, done, you know, and much later in the process. Now, this video is going to be about 12 minutes and 30 seconds about, and this one's also sped up about 1500%. So, just to give you an idea, like these things are time consuming. When people ask for commissions and I quote them a price, I don't think people realize. My prices have kind of gradually gone up over the year, but I don't think people have realized just, if I were to be equating it to an hourly wage, we're talking less than $1 an hour. It's an awful lot of work. It's not hard work, but it's work nonetheless. I ended up forgetting that knuckle and that thumb there. I gotta come back and get that later, but that ends up being a pain. The nice thing about having everything with separate layers, though, it just takes a minute to find out exactly which layer is which, and I don't really label them like I should, so that's my own fault. A lot of people have been interested in this one. It's gained a little bit of buzz. I'm very grateful. So I'm thinking about opening up pre-orders. It'll be the normal type of stuff we offer, blankets and so forth. I'm not trying to sell anybody on it that's listening. I just curious. This here gets a little tricky. There's like, each little block has 3 planes of material that has to be, shadowed and lit different ways, and trying to keep it kind of, together, and like a collective unit is it's tricky. Once again, I'm not sure if I pulled it off through no lack of effort. Doing it just doing it in spare time and stuff, so I'm far from a professional, and you'll never hear me say I'm an artist or anything like that. Casual, aspiring cartoonist, maybe, if I had to label it. This is rewarding stuff, like, it's nice when stuff's rewarding. Put a lot of time into it and get a big return. I feel like the gold is really what brings it together. I think everybody who's a kid remembers those gold pieces on their Dinobots. And just sells it. People have been asking me about how I get the black separated. I got it from another YouTube video. I pretty much just take it to CMYK, go to my channels, duplicate a black channel, I go edit, or I select the load selection on the black, and then click on the CMYK, edit, fill, white, and then I just create a new layer and edit, fill, black on the new layer. And that creates a layer with just the black lines, the loaded selection of the black levels. So it's a little technical. If anybody's interested or wants a step-by-step process, just leave a comment and I will give you a step. I'm not a computer guy. I'm a complete idiot when it comes to computers, so I will give it to you in very, very simple, easy to understand steps. But just to give you a rough general idea, it's just a couple steps and just a couple tricks, smoke and mirrors, man, to get the blacks on their own layer. I'd forgotten that piece, so I tried to do it without having to go back in and change the colors on my brush. Shortcut. Just a little piece. So. That's that knuckle I was talking about when I had to fix that knuckle issue. But, you know, oversights. I'm definitely not immune to them. So this is that backlighting that I always do, and a lot of it on him. Really like how it looks on the face there. But what it is, it's just a simple trick to break up big pieces of color. Just people ask, like, why do you choose where you choose? Just like, if I have a big open spot of gray, then I'll put a square in and put some red in there, and it just breaks it up, Putting the effects on works brilliant. This one I was got a little off, so I just selected it all, moved it down, perfect. Cool. One of the great privileges of working in a digital platform. Sword kind of ate me up a little bit. Not sure if I nailed it quite yet. That's kind of new to me. I want to give like this glowing effect around the sword, and I had to go and mess with that off camera to get what I want out of it. Somewhere in the ballpark, right where I want it. We shall see. So that's Snarl. 2 down, 3 to go. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Till next time, take care.